Now, one announcement that I need to give you guys is that don't come and ask for free consultancy, because see, I have been studying this astrology for more than 4 years. Okay, if you come and ask me for free, then what's the use of studying astrology for 4 years? So don't come and ask me for free consultancy or concession. Okay, if you're a student or unemployed, so that's not gonna work. Okay, because when you come and ask, even I am also working for my this thing, right? So for myself, so that's why if you want to come and ask me, and don't ask for free. That's all I'm going to ask you. Don't ask any confessions, I'm not going to give that. Okay, so yep, that was my announcement. So let's begin the video. Hey, hello, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to teach you about what happens when Mars is sitting in the 7th house of the D9 chart or Navamsa chart in Vedic astrology. So, before beginning, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button. And if you guys have any doubt of watching this video, please do mention that in my below comment section, okay? And yes, please to like and follow my Facebook community page, Parikshit Astrology, where you can also post some astrological stuff and gain knowledge. So let's begin. So mainly, what do you mean by Navamsa chart or the D9 chart? See, Navamsa chart or the D9 chart is the second most important chart of your birth chart. It is mainly seen for your strengths of your planet. It is also seen for your relationship between you and your spouse and also your married life. Also marital life. Now, see, Navamsa chart or the D9 chart mainly gets activated after your second half of your life, that is after your married life, or after 33 years or 36 years of your age. Now, see, coming to the strengthness of your planet. Now, let's say for example, if any planet is debilitated in your birth chart. Now, let's say for example, if Sun is debilitated in your birth chart and that planet Sun has been exalted in your Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, that shows that that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Now, coming to the married life. See, every individual divisional chart, including the main birth chart, has its own Karaka planet or the significator planet, right? Suppose, for example, in your birth chart, Sun is the Karaka planet or the significator planet, right? Likewise, in your Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, Venus is the Karaka planet or the significator planet. So, Venus should be placed in an exalted sign, moon tricon sign, own sign, or in a friendly sign. That shows that your married life will be very good. Now coming to the 7th house of your D9 chart or Navamsa chart. Now what does 7th house of your D9 chart or Navamsa chart represents? It represents your spouse appearance, your spouse characteristics. It also represents your ability to compromise in your marriage or not. Can be seen through the 7th house of your D9 chart or Navamsa chart. Now what happens when Mars is sitting in the 7th house of the D9 chart or Navamsa chart? Now what does planet Mars represents? See, planet Mars represents, actually it is a commander in chief, right? It actually commands the people. So Mars uh, represents angry, Mars represents aggressive nature of a person, Mars represents competitive nature of a person. So Mars also represents your physical energy that you put at that particular area of life. It also represents courage, boldness and all. It also represents stuff like engineering stuff and all, or technical things. So when Mars is sitting in the 7th house of the D9 chart or Navamsa chart, that shows that you will get a spouse who might be very energetic, who might be very courageous, who might be very bold in nature. It also shows that you might get a spouse who might be very aggressive also. It also shows that you might get a spouse who might be very arrogant, or you might get a spouse who might be very good at technical things or engineering stuff and all, who might be engineer also, who might be very good at commanding things. Now, it also shows that you might get a spouse who might be a little bit of cruel minded also. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with different planets in the 7th house of the D9 chart or Navamsa chart? Now, when Mars is conjuncted with different planets like benefic planets or malefic planets, now coming to the benefic planets. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with benefic planets like Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, or Venus. Now coming to planet Moon. Now what happens when Mars is conjunct with planet Moon? Now what does planet Moon represents? It signifies happiness, right? It indicates your mother. It also signifies your mind, your emotions. Now, when Moon and Mars are conjunct in the seventh house, that shows that your mother's health might get affected after your married life, or when your spouse comes to your house. It also shows that your mother might fight with your spouse. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might be having very competitive nature. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Jupiter? Now, what does planet Jupiter represents? It represents divine knowledge, spiritual knowledge. It also represents teachers, guru, or advisor, or counselors. Now, when Jupiter and Mars are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart, that shows that after your married life, your spouse might teach you or command you, you want to be like this and all. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might want freedom from you after the marriage life. It also shows that your spouse might be having very good knowledge at technical stuff and all. And it also shows that your spouse might be very good teacher or very good lawyer also, or very good judge. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Mercury? Now, what does planet Mercury represents? It represents business. It represents logical thinking. It also represents your intellect. So, when Mars and Mercury are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navam's chart, that shows that you will get a spouse who might be very intelligent, who might be business minded. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might be good at taking decisions, especially aggressive decisions like immediate decisions and all. It also shows that you will get a spouse who will be good at communication also, because Mercury represents communication, right? Who will be very good at communication. You will get a spouse who might be having some aggressive type of communication and all. So these are all things can be seen through when Mars and Mercury are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart. Now what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Venus? Now what does Venus represent? It represents love, romance, okay, beauty. Now when Mars and Venus are conjuncted in the seventh house, that shows that you will get a spouse who might be having a lot of passion within them. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might be having a lot of sexual energy and all. So these are all things can be seen through when Mars and Venus are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart. Now what happens when Mars is conjuncted with malefic planets like Sun, Rahu, Ketu and Saturn? Now coming to planet Sun. What happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Sun? Now what does Sun represents? It represents king. It represents government. It represents politics, right? So when Mars and Sun are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart, that shows that you will get spouse who might love to dominate you. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might be having very good leadership qualities and who might be working at government sectors and all. Now, what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Saturn? What does planet Saturn represent? It shows lazy type of person. It shows workaholic type of quality person. It also shows that old looking and mature type of person. So when Mars and Saturn are conjunct in the seventh house, that shows that you will get a spouse who might be very mature and old looking type of spouse. It also shows that you will get a spouse who might be lazy sometimes and also workaholic, who might be having some principles that you need to follow. That it also shows that you might be having some relationship problems also after your married life. Now what happens when Mars is conjunct with planet Rahu? Now what does planet Rahu represent? It represents illusion, Maya, right? So when Mars and Rahu are conjuncted in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart, it shows that you will get a spouse who not be from your community or religion. You will get a spouse who might be from outside your religion or caste. Now what happens when Mars is conjuncted with planet Ketu? That shows that you will live far away from your spouse, because Ketu represents separation, detachment, right? Divorce. So you might get divorced also, or you might live far away from your spouse. So these are all the things can be seen through when Mars is sitting in the seventh house of the DNA chart or Navamsa chart. So yeah, this is it for today. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or else I will see in the next video. So if you want any consultancy, please do contact to my given below WhatsApp number, or else you can even mail me also. So until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.